Welcome to Crypto for the Rest of Us, where every day I give a tip, tool, or coin analysis, excluding Sundays, so 6 days a week. And for the last week, today is July 22nd, last week looking at AI, crypto, and continuing to look at AI, crypto until I get through the top 10. I've done some others, and then I'll just do a recap on everything within that category. Why? Because AI, if you look at CoinMarketCap or any of them, is one of the hottest categories and one of my personal favorites, along with real world assets and some others. But going through these, trying to hit the top 10, today we're going to take a look at Bittensor. And I'm looking at it from the point of view of an investor myself. I used to program. I do have a computer science background, but I'm not programming. I haven't for a long time. I'm an entrepreneur. I've had multiple companies in the tech space and outside the tech space. So I'm trying to look at it from a retail investor point of view. So I point out some things that may have nothing to do with the technicals, and I don't dive that deep into technical because in many cases I don't quite understand it. But in the AI category, trying to figure out which of these should actually be here and which of these shouldn't be here. We talked about Near the other day. I'm an investor in Near. I like it as a layer one. I don't see it as a purely artificial intelligence play, just to give you an idea. And then we go through all of these because I think in this bull run, AI will do very well in general. So let's dive in. We look at 6 to 7 different things: the crypto, the company, founders, management, investors, that sort of thing, whatever we can find, any pricing, tokenization, that sort of thing, competitors, should it even be in the AI space, projections. So I'm going to go back and forth between things like, what are they doing? Technically, what does the crypto do? And then other things like, well, how is their marketing? And do we think they're really going to have a bump? Are they hitting some of the things that are important when you bring in investors, let's say like myself, that don't understand the technology as much as someone who uses it? And you're not going to have that many people. That's going to be a small percentage of those that you need to have a bull run. You need to bring in retail investors. Here we go. Real simple. CoinMarketCap. What is it on the AI list? It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5 at 2.3 market cap. But of course, that market cap is the current number of coins, which is 7 million in circulation, times the price of $325 a coin. Don't let the price of the coin make a difference. All you care about is, well, I shouldn't say that, but in the most cases, what you care about is what's the multiple going to be on your investment. Okay. And I always need to say, I'm a big dumb animal. Don't do what I say. Informational purposes only. So total coins times circulating supply, that's what gets it on this market cap list. But I like to look at the fully diluted market cap, and I like to think that it's a perfect market, perfect information. Everyone's investing based on fully diluted. Maybe, maybe not. So if we take a look at where is it? Personally, I like to see things on Coinbase. I believe that Coinbase is going to onboard more people that do not have technical backgrounds. Just like the way the internet started, it was all technical people, and it wasn't until things like, Netscape came out and made it easy to click around and to use that people really started using it, or at least mass adoption. All right, so anyway, I think Coinbase is the fastest way to get people investing. It's not on there yet, which surprises me for a $6 billion market cap. So let's talk about Bittensor, generally speaking. But first, we're going to look at who started it. Founders, Jacob Steves, and I'll just say Allah. The innovative minds behind Bittensor. They both have extensive knowledge in computer science and AI. Important. And I'm going to put a link to this video here because I think it's excellent, done by Towards Data Science. And they interviewed both of them. And you can see this is one of the founders, and then here's a video as it goes on, another founder, and they talk about Bittensor in general. And they have an excellent synopsis. They are 2 multi-language researchers, and they talk about the problem of designing robust benchmarks to rewarding good AI research, and even the centralization of power in the hands of a few large companies. So they're talking about decentralizing artificial intelligence, but decentralizing what? The machine learning. If you think about who is it that's teaching the AI before you then get information from it, well, what goes in and what goes out? Bad data in, bad data out. Data in that someone wants you to know or doesn't want you to know versus data out. So people are questioning, well, who is it that's teaching these AI and the system I'm going to be interacting with, and what are they teaching it? Well, their idea here is to have everyone. So it's decentralized, many different people providing information to the system. How do you get them to do it? You incentivize them. How do you incentivize them? You pay them. How do you pay them? You pay them with their tokens. In a nutshell, that is the description that I'm going to give you. So if you want to read what they say, Bittensor is an open source protocol that powers a decentralized blockchain-based machine learning network. That's it. That's all you need to know. On the one hand, two things you need to know. One, obviously it's decentralized. Obviously it's blockchain machine learning network. So the teaching of the brain, if you will, it will be decentralized, done by many people. Theoretically, it will then not have any biases. And then how is this going to happen? Well, they will value it. And it says here, machine learning models trained collaboratively and are rewarded in TAO. Okay. So you've got people who are going to teach this thing, and you've got people who are going to benefit from the teaching. And to benefit from the teaching and use it, you're going to use these tokens. And the people who have provided the most value to the network, it's being utilized the most or seen as the most valuable, they will be rewarded in these tokens. That, I think, is very interesting to me. Now, if you go, so we talked about the founders. I can't find anything on investors because I don't really think they had that. Couldn't really find much on DeFi Llama. Couldn't find much on Tokens Unlocked. But they have their own blog post here that is explaining basically how are they created. Now, this is going to be reminiscent of Bitcoin. New TAO tokens are produced through mining and validating, like a Bitcoin, right? Bittensor rewards miners who offer intelligence with specific hardware or novel neural networks, and validators who ensure miners follow the rules. Okay. Each block grant is one TAO. The protocol is designed in such a way that new tokens are created at a fixed rate, currently 77,200 daily. Then they're going to have a halving, which of course takes it to 3,600 daily. And I think they're going to end at, does this ring a bell? 21 million. And they've got a graph here, but I can show you another graph that I found on TAO Stats Tokenomics. Here it is showing, here we are on, this is 2022, 23, 24, around here. The first halving will happen in 25, close to the end of 26. Theoretically, that will pump up the price. And then they've got their second halving, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, all the way to 2045. So there's their chart. Now you understand it works just like Bitcoin, if you will. Why did the TAO have value? Okay, here you go. Each token, I think this is great. You got to understand what these tokens are for, what they're used for, and why do people want to buy and sell them, and why will the price go up. Each TAO token can be tied directly to a piece of intelligence that was contributed to the network by a miner and verified by a validator. As the network continues to grow and expand, the work contributed by miners will be increasingly complex. It'll take the shape of numerous decentralized commodity markets, all situated on a unified token system. Okay, great. What determines the price? The price is determined by supply and demand. Okay. When demand for TAO increases, the price increases. When it falls, the price falls. Okay. Demand can come in many forms. Here we go. To be a validator, you must first acquire TAO. Miners must pay registration fees in TAO, and individuals who want to vote on the way intelligence is aligned, etc. There's only a limited number of TAO in circulation, and to create a predictable and decreasing rate, because they're going to be halved, which means demand must follow this level of inflation to keep the price stable. Okay. And it goes into a little more information, but essentially, oh, this is interesting. Why are tokenomics so simple? Bittensor has not allocated any tokens to anyone except those who have earned TAO through participation of the network. Aha! No venture capitalist, that's why I couldn't find any, no insider, no advisor, etc. has ever been allocated tokens that were not earned on the network. If a VC wants to build a position, they must either purchase tokens on the market or learn how to mine and validate. Interesting. From a marketing standpoint, that means you're not going to have any marketing dollars behind you because you don't have these investors and VCs. Not saying you need it, but it might help. All right. So we talked about the company, the tokens, how the tokens work. Generally speaking, why are they in the AI? Because it is machine learning. You've got people providing that. You've got people utilizing that. That all makes sense to me. But let's talk about something non-technical. All right. When you come to their homepage, Look at the difference between this and something like the ASI page. From the ASI video I showed you, you'll see they immediately have a YouTube video that you click, you watch, and it shows you what they do. It shows an agent. It shows an agent that you're interacting with that goes out and finds you a provider to clean your rugs and makes an appointment and does all these things for you. And you say, okay, I get it. Now I know what a user agent is. I know what they do. You come to Bittensor, and nothing against them or what they're doing, but it's not that explanatory. It's got this thing, which I guess is representing some kind of neural network or brain, is pioneering the decentralized production of artificial intelligence. That's what they're doing, right? Decentralized production of the information. You can explore about them, their paradigm, their philosophy, the documentation, you name it. But there is nothing here that makes it easy for a dumb lizard brain like me to understand and want to invest. I gotta dig. Everyone has to dig. I'm not sure that's the best thing. So they're a $6 billion market cap. They're not on Coinbase. They don't have investors. So they don't have anyone that's pushing them with the marketing. This is really a ground up. If this is going to survive and thrive and grow, it's going to be completely organic because people who are providing this information are making money and they're excited and they're telling others, and people are using it and they obviously are benefiting from this network and they're willing to pay for it and they think it's the best thing since sliced bread. If that organic doesn't happen, I don't see, if you're not on Coinbase and you don't have investors and no one out there is marketing for you, I don't see how this really takes off in the retail market under this next bull run. So let's get to the pricing of it. Oh, first of all, I should have said competitors. I haven't found anyone yet, but I'm still digging through that's providing this sort of a knowledge base. They've got to be out there. So if you know of them, put them in the comments, please, so I can go take a look at them. In other words, people are being incentivized and paid to provide the knowledge of machine learning, and other people are paying to then take it and use it. So let's look at the total three. The total market itself, as you know, this is the last bull run. This is the current one. It's around 600 billion. It had been down around 2 to 300 billion around down here. And people thought from this point that it might get to about 2 trillion, which would be a 10x. So this is, when I say total three, the entire altcoin market, excluding Ethereum and excluding Bitcoin, but Bitcoin's not considered an altcoin. So this is everything other than Bitcoin and Ethereum. You take out those two huge market cap cryptocurrencies and what are you left with? So it's been bouncing. If this were to go up and double, it would be at the last peak of the last bull run, but people think it might get up to 2 trillion. I'm sorry, that's 1 trillion there. So 2 trillion from where it is right now, that would just be a 4x. So TAO itself, I tried to find the most information. It looks like it's on BitGet, has the farthest back, and it goes back to 23. I thought this was launched in 21, but regardless, you see down here it was around $50. And then it's been as high as 720. It's around 326. So again, their token, aside from people investing, is paying those that are mining it 7,200 new tokens a day, and people are paying to use it, and people are getting paid to provide information. So what do I think? I don't have a good answer here. Personally, because of the lack of marketing, I don't think it's going to benefit as much from this next bull run as others will. It's not easy to understand. The marketing isn't there, and it's already a 6 billion market cap, fully diluted. So what do I really think? I'm not invested at the moment. I'm not going to invest just because I think there's better opportunities in the AI space that will have higher multiples. If this does a 2x, it'll be back to where it was. So maybe 4x, 2 to 4x tops. Sorry, that's all I got. If you know more about this, in other words, you think there are if you think it's going to hit on Coinbase for some reason, let me know. If you think someone's going to start marketing on their behalf, let me know. I don't see why this would do more than a 2 to 4x. So just because it's in the top 10 of cryptocurrencies doesn't mean it's going to take off or rise and be that much more valuable. I look at something like a Fetch or an ASI, and I personally think this will have a much larger run up than something like a Bittensor. That aside, I think it's brilliant. I think it could completely fail because no one's going to be utilizing it. They're not going to get paid enough for the information. They're not going to want to pay for the information, or it's going to take off and it's going to survive for a very long time because that ecosystem will never stop growing. I have no idea. It's a shot in the dark for me. Have a great day. I've got 4 to 5 more episodes of AI specific, and then we're going to do a recap on the whole AI market. Thanks. Have a great day. And I hope we can all make generational wealth together with cryptocurrency.